Good to be back. I'm in Pontus' room again. It's cozy in here. He has a new desk and a new screen. It's looking pretty nice, so I feel good about this game.
And we placed Pontus in the garage. Where are you?
Yeah, he's in the dungeon. We put him there.
I'm in my kitchen. I'm bringing a deck I built a long time ago that I'm still trying. It's TNT but good. Basically, it's Thrasios with another commander. It's Francisco, built around Necro and kind of soft built around Valley Floodcaller. Because of Francisco being a bird, if you can tap it for mana, you can kind of storm with your Valley Floodcaller Francisco. And that means that Necro is even more online if you can get that going. So it's basically, it's trying to be Grixis, but swapping red for green, so it's worse, but it's kind of there still. So it's fun.
Me, I am playing my Turbo Rhystic with Thrasios and Vile Smasher. This is a current ongoing project. I have something of an attempt to basically try and find as many tutors I possibly can get my hands on to get a Rhystic study into play turn 1 or turn 2, or the Wandering, or Mystic Remora, or maybe, who knows, maybe we can turn 1 or turn 2 win with Fastest Consult. Regardless, it's a big control deck with a lot of free to cast spells that is somehow, hopefully, going to potentially stop an evil victory attempt from Pontus.
So today I'm bringing Tymna Kodama. It's the Absan version of the recently featured Kodama deck, Vile Smasher Kodama. This one is a little bit better, has been putting up a little bit better results. Protean Hulk focus deck. So what we want to do is we want to get a Protean Hulk into play in any way possible that we can, and we want to sacrifice it and then create a win condition out of those creature tutors, and we're going to chain the Protean Hulk basically.
We are just about to see the pre-releases and so forth of Spider-Man, as in the tournaments and things like that. So quite liked playing this build before it. I made some updates, kind of a bit more of the discard outlets that we have with the Green Goblin package. But what I like is when you have this kind of dual-sided commander, you can pivot depending on what your hand looks like. Either way, you're still getting card advantage, and you can transform into Green Goblin if need be. So I am the first player, and there's some advantage maybe with having DRC first, having Surveil and things like that, but I don't know. I mean, there's not as much gas as I might like on this one, and though we can get Norman Osborn out on turn 2, there's nothing to do really after that. So I don't know. I think we can go a little harder by going to at least the second 7. I want to keep this one for 2 reasons. We have later on discard outlets with Frantic Search. Windfall is another sort of disruption piece, and with this and Mox Diamond, I can get out my commander on turn 1, which just gives us that already ways of churning through our deck with Connive and so forth. And it can't be blocked, so it's already putting pressure.
First 7. So here we have 2 lands. We have a turn 1 Carpet, placing a Tatari Taru on turn 2 into a Tymna on turn 3. Not really going anywhere with this hand. Really want to look for either a straight path into a win, or we would like to resolve a turn 1 Esper, or a way to resolve like a Smothering Tithe, or some way to get mana to do our Tymna and get some draws in. So this hand is not doing any of those, so we're gonna mulligan this, go to second 7. All right, no lands in this hand. This is easy mulligan. Found the lands, but it's extremely slow. This 5, we have a 2 lands and a Whirly Tutor for an Esper Sentinel. We could also go the route of not casting the Whirly Tutor and just playing the Delny on turn 2, turn 3 play Tymna, and then get 2 draws in. That's kind of okay. I think it's the best we're gonna be doing in this deck, probably. So I think this is definitely a keep, and let's hope that Mons can control the table so we don't die before we get to put our draw engines into play, basically. Delny Esper Sentinel is pretty sweet.
So I'm gonna be super honest. I really want to keep this hand. It is not doing what we are setting out to do, so this is not a huge value engine input early in the game. We don't have the Wandering, we don't have a Rhystic Study, we don't have a Fish, we don't have a Fastest. We do have an Unwell Breach, so if we just get our hand on Lionside Diamond and Brain Freeze, we're kinda getting there, so to say. What we do have, however, are 2 blue cards and a Commandeer. And Commandeer can actually take a non-creature spell from an opponent. like a Rhystic Study or the One Ring that they cost, or a Necropotence too. So this goes into how likely do I think that one of my opponents are going to cost something I want to take. Like if Rhetoric keeps a Rhystic Study, I'm having a Rhystic Study instead, which is better than mulliganing towards a Rhystic Study. So this is one of those high risk, high reward choices. And I'm going to go with it. Pontus might be costing either a Rhystic Study, Necropotence, or Adnos early in the game. That is basically what he's going to be mulliganing towards. I don't want the Ad Nauseam, because my deck is kinda heavy on the CMC. I want the other two. If I take a Necropotence, that's really good. I stop him and I gain value. I don't think I have anything from William, the Kodama Tymna player, that I want to take, because he's mostly on creatures. On the Rhetoric side, I don't know exactly what he's like going to be doing, but it could be casting a Rhystic Study. I'm going to gamble and hope for the best. Live the dream and don't let your memes be dreams.
So this is our hand that we're keeping. 2 lands, a Gemstone Caverns, and we're not going first, so that's really nice. We just exile a Mockingbird. We have 2 blue decks, hopefully one of them plays an island. In that case, we can go Carpet of Flowers into Francisco, which would be really nice because then we have a turn 2 Necro. Only problem is we have no protection for our Necro, but it's a really solid hand other than that. And if we find mana, we can consult for protection for the Necro. So let's get going. As a pre-game, I'll put this Gemstone Caverns into play, exiling this here Mockingbird.
I will start us off by drawing a card, and I will put in a City of Brass, Mox Diamond. We will pitch this luxury suite, and then I will take a damage, and I'm going to cast Norman Osborn. Science! Pass turn.
Draw a card, put this Bayou into play, and then I will cast a Deathrite Shaman. If that's good and doesn't get mentally misstepped, I will pass my turn.
Draw a card. Let's go Underground Sea and pass.
A land for turn will be a Polluted Delta that I will crack, taking damage. Finding an Underground Sea, tap Gemstone for green to cast a Carpet of Flowers. I'll go to second main, Carpet trigger, target mons, make a black, tap my Underground Sea to cast my commander Francisco. Then I'll also cast a Paradise Mantle, and then pass turn.
On my upkeep, I'm gonna tap Mox Diamond to cast Mystical Tutor. Actually, just a disc as well. Put that on top and draw that card. A Badlands into play, and we'll move to combat. Yeah, William, take 1.
And take a damage.
Okay, trigger Norman. I'll connive, draw a card, discard a card. I will discard this Frantic Search, and then I will put a counter on it. And after that, I'll pass turn.
All right, I will go to my turn. Untap, and in my upkeep, I'm going to cast a Whirly Tutor. I'm going to find this Lotho Corrupt Sheriff. I will then play this Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to fetch with this, going to 38 cropland. I will then exile the land from the Rhetoric's graveyard and cast a Lotho. And then I will pass my turn.
I'm gonna draw a card for turn. Gonna put this Bloodstained Mire into play that I'm gonna sacrifice, so I can find a Taiga and cast my commander Thrasios and pass the turn.
Land for turn will be a command tower. So here I feel like this is a pretty open window. My only reservations is the fact that Mon's deck is kind of like, he says it's Turbo Rhystic, but it's like Turbo Rhystic with all the free counters in the world. It's my understanding of it. I haven't looked at it closely. Him casting Thrasios, to me, that always signals that he has nothing going for him or a Fierce, meaning that he might have a Fierce for my Necro. In that case, this turn would be pretty bad. I can consult for interaction, but that's not where you want to be. I feel like that's fine being there though. Basically, I'm not a fan of waiting, and I feel like the Whirly Tutor is even better if it's like finding a secondary game plan if this Necro gets countered, or it's there when the Necro lands. So I think just jamming Necro here, even if it's into interaction, is my optimal line of play. So first of all, we'll go to our second main because we forgot our Carpet trigger. It'll trigger target mons and make a black. I'll use that black to equip Francisco with my Paradise Mantle. Then I'll tap Francisco, I'll tap Command Tower and Underground Sea to cast a Necro Dominance.
Pontus, you activated my trap card. This is a dream come true.
Oh, wow.
I wanna have a Necro Dominance. You can not have it. I'm going to pitch this blue card and this Steel Enchantment to cast this for its alternative casting cost. This is one of the big reasons I don't play Ad Nauseam.
Yeah, so I was fine with my Necro being countered. I'm not sure if I'm fine with my Necro being commandeered. So I'm gonna respond to that by tapping this and casting a Demonic Consultation. This triggers the Lotho, and Vilja makes the treasure.
I think I'm gonna let you guys fight it out.
I'm passing on your demonic consultation. Go ahead.
Consult resolves, and I will name Fierce Guardianship. And start flipping. Grimglyph Drum, Talisman, Veil, Mean Bet, Arcane Signet. Was that 6? I think so. No, one more. Very so. And then we start going. Neoform, Rhystic gone, Windfall gone, Birds gone, Pact gone, Amber gone, Citadel gone, Sol Ring gone, Purplot gone, Spectral gone, Renali gone, Prestige, Tune, Anavolt, Hermetic Red, Bronson, Bowmaster gone, Fierce. And then I'll cast Fear, starting the Commandeer.
I will respond with my Fierce Guardianship on your Fierce Guardianship.
It's countered.
Trigger from the Fierce Guardianship.
And a pass turn.
My turn will be a Volcanic Island. Jessica's will is not good now. I am going to go to combat, though. I will go ahead and swing 2 at Mons.
I take 2.
Discard a card. Sadly, that's going to have to be Windfall.
Go to my turn. Draw a card. Cast a Tymna, the Weaver, for 3. And if that's okay, I would like to move directly into combat. We're gonna attack Rhetoric with a Lotho, Pontus with the Deathrite Shaman. I will go to second main, I'll lose 2 life and draw 2 cards. Unfortunately, I did not draw a land, so I'm going to be passing my turn there.
My turn, I don't draw a card. Instead, we're gonna put this Forbidden Orchard into play and I'm paying 6 life into Necrodominance. Going to end step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really want to cast spells right now. We're going to pitch this Gemstone Caverns as it doesn't do anything anymore. Misty Rainforest, and we're pitching Mox Diamond. 5 cards in hand, goes to exile, pass.
I will tap 2 mana to cast my second commander, Thrasios. Actually, I'll use the Carpet mana, targeting once. And then pass turn.
In your end step, Badlands and Volcanic Island for 18 impact. Deflecting Swat, Orphic Pool, Imperial Seal, Rain Freeze, Wheel of Fortune, Fell Warstone, Mana Vault, Praetor's Grasp, Pyroblast, Mystic Remora, Orcish Bowmasters.
If you want to kill the Tymna player's board states of creatures, you can take the Orcish Bowmaster because I'm going to be drawing cards with my Necro here.
And it is a threat to you. Now, I have a plan, I think. Yeah, there we go. That was the next one. I'm glad I didn't listen to you, Mons. I want to Necropun.
Not you too.
We drew a card, but we didn't get the card we need. It can't be blocked anyways, so I will go ahead and attack Mons once again with Norman Osborn because you have that Necrodominance.
I take 3.
All right, trigger Norman Osborn. We will connive. That's hilarious. All right, I will bin this, actually this misstep, which will put him up to 4. Second main phase, Big Papa. There we go. Boom, Necropotence.
I am going to respond. Don't like this, but Tainted Pact.
Sure, yep.
Let's start flipping and hope for the best. Misdirection, Grim Tutor. Well, these are cards I don't want to draw into with my Necrodominance, so far. Force of Will. I don't have a blue card in my hand currently. We kind of lost those to Commandeer currently, so we have to keep going. I can't draw a card, but don't work. Mindbreak Trap. This is your first spell. You did end step. I think I want to stick healthy here. So I'm going to take the Mindbreak Trap to my hand and these goes to exile.
I'm going to name 33 cards to go down to 4. All right, I did 33, move to end step. Well, because my son watches this, I'm going to say that I am not happy about this looking through this hand right now. This is unbelievable. Choosing my words very carefully at the moment. I can't play a land. If I could play a land, I could win. That's it. I don't see a card called Simian Spirit Guide in, so it has to be in my deck. I am going to have to discard down to hand size and be very sad about this.
I will take my turn. I'm also sorry. It happens sometimes. It's the way. Untap. Draw a card. All right, Delny. So I would like to ask Pontus or Mons if they would like to make a deal with me. Because I would like to draw 4 cards because I really need a land for interaction. And I would like to ask if it's okay to let my Tymna through one of the Thrasios players, so I don't have to swing with both Deathrite and the Tymna towards you, and I can keep the Deathrite up, swing the Lotho towards Rhetoric, and then possibly deal the final 2 to Rhetoric, so we don't lose him. Is that okay?
I mean, I don't see a world where I need you to draw into more interaction because you just attack Rhetoric for 4 damage and he's gone, so to say.
No, what I'm saying is that I can attack him with the Lotho, and then I get to, because I really need to draw 4 cards here. That's my thing. I'm in a losing position. So
I think you're in a very good position right now. You're drawing a lot of cards by just drawing 2 currently.
Yeah, but I would like to have a disruptive tool into play, and I can only do that if I draw like a land.
Here's the thing. Rhetoric is kind of dying, and the disruptive tool that I need is Rhetoric dead.
Okay.
I don't see a world where your disruptive tool is helpful for me. I think it's more just disruptive for me.
No, but I'm saying I can do both if you let the Tymna through, because then I won't attack with the Deathrite Shaman as well. Then I can keep open the activation and deal 2 damage.
I'm not going to make a deal.
I will then go to combat. I will attack Pontus with the Tymna, and I'll attack a Rhetoric with a Lotho.
No, stay 2.
I will respond by casting Into the Floodmaw on your Lotho.
That is unfortunate. This means we can't kill Rhetoric though, because I won't be able to trigger Delny to have my Deathrite Shaman live. I will go to second main. I have 2 Tymna triggers. I will lose 2 life and draw those. Sorry, holding priority on the second Tymna trigger. No, they didn't change. I will draw the second Tymna card as well. We didn't draw land, so I will have to pass turn here. Unfortunate. I'll go to cleanup and I will discard this Protean Hulk. Pass turn.
We don't untap, or we untap, we don't draw. Play a bad land. So I have exactly 4 mana for the One Ring. We're currently at turn 4, and by the looks of it, Rhetoric is still going to have a turn, and he's at 4 lives, so his Necro doesn't actually do anything, but he should have been able to sculpt a beast of a hand, maybe. William is the Tymna Kodama player, is also soon winning, I think. The One Ring is going to tap out, draw 1 card, and then if I get a second turn, draw 2 more. And by that part of the game, it's gonna be really over. I could, however, keep 1 mana at the... I have a few counter spells in this deck on CMC 1, Cabal Ritual for 3 black mana, and then use 1 more for the One Ring.
Mons, I'll show you Fierce. Yeah, protection though.
Yep, perfect. The One Ring is counterspelled.
Mons, I would ask you to consider tapping the Forbidden Orchard to give Pontus a spirit here, so you guys can attack with the spirit and Thrasios. Might be relevant putting Rhetoric to 1, turning off like maybe a fetch land or Force of Will, possibly. That might end up being relevant in the long run.
If I do that, sure. I tap out currently, and that means I don't have because I'm going to Necro Dominance for like 6 cards right now, and if I do that, if I draw into a Swansong or Flusterstorm, I don't have an interaction versus you or Pontus. Well, only have Pontus doesn't look like he's doing it much, but versus Rhetoric or you. So no can't do. I think my chance of losing the game increases by doing that, sadly.
All right, that's fair.
I'm going to pay 6 life and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to discard Tinderwall and Copy Enchantment. I don't think I need more Necro. And the last one is going to be a Seedborn Muse. And then I pass.
In your end step, Moss, I'll tap Francisco to cast a Worldly Tutor. I will find a Valley Flood Collar and put it on top of my deck. Go to my turn, untap, and draw the Flood Collar. So right now we're in a pretty funny place, actually. So I have Flood Collar and Retraction Helix. I also have the possibility to kill Rhetoric here because I can cast Flood Collar and then cast Retraction Helix to grow my Francisco. But I don't think it's worth it. And also a funny thing I realized while doing this is that I can't actually win with Retraction Helix right now. All my mana positive rocks is in exile, so this is never a win con. What it is though is infinite damage, possibly. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just pass, keep my Thrasios activation up. I get rid of the carpet mana, which is sad, but that's what it is. And then I have a Thrasios activation if needed. I'm hoping that Mons can stop Rhetoric. He probably can. He has Mindbreak Trap and something else, probably. He didn't have any more blue cards, and I can cast the Flood Color whenever. What I need is to find either mana neutral thing, or I guess Relic of Legends. Basically, this is really awkward. It's technically a 2-card win con in my hand, but it doesn't actually win right now. So we're just sitting back. We're having Flood Collar as like an emergency blocker / like Grow Francisco, I guess. It's not great. They were just still on the Thrasios plan mainly, but this is something. So let's see what happens. I'll go to combat. I will attack Rhetoric for 1 with my Thrasios. I pass turn.
All right. Well, I will untap. I will not draw. My lines are pretty narrow. I mean, I wanted to hold on still, but I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to send... Yeah, I'll attack you on this. Draw a card. Flusterstorm will go into Ben. Yeah, okay, I'll move to my end step. I'll take 1 card. I'll cast Born Upon a Wind to draw a card. Cast a Gamble. Randomly discard Force of Will. Flash in a Chrome Mox. I will not kill myself. I will stay in the game, but I'll pass.
Okay, I guess I'm first in priority. I would like to exile a land from your graveyard, Rhetoric, if that's okay. Create a black, and I want to cast this Vampiric Tutor.
I'm going to cast a Mindbreak Trap on your Vampiric Tutor as it's active. And you have Protein Hulk in your grave, so you just tutor for Necromancy and you win here, so I want to stop that.
That makes sense. I would like to untap and draw a card. I will start off by going into combat. Attack Pontus with a Delny. And I'm going to attack Rhetoric with a Tymna. Goodbye, Rhetoric. It was nice knowing you. Go to my second main. I have 2 Tymna triggers. I will resolve both of them. First things first, I would like to cast a Lotho again. He's back. Here he is, the handsome man. Land for turn is gonna be a Gaia's Cradle. I'll tap it for 4 mana. Use one of those to cast a Mana Vault, triggering Lotho twice. I get 2 of them. Here they are. As my third spell, I'm going to use both of my treasures and I'm going to cast a Grand Abolisher, floating 3 green.
I'm going to respond to your Grand Abolisher by sacrificing Thrasios, sending it to command zone with a Flare of Denial, trying to counterspell target spell Grand Abolisher.
In response, I would like to exile a land from anyone's graveyard. Use that for a black and cast a Necromancy, target my Protean Hulk.
I pass on Necromancy.
Necromancy resolves. I now have a Protean Hulk in play.
I'll respond to the Flare of Denial. Tap 3 mana, cast a Flood Caller.
Absolutely.
Mana for a Retraction Helix targeting Francisco. Trigger Flood Caller.
Lotho trigger. Gain 2 treasures.
The trigger resolves. I'll untap my Francisco. Helix resolves. And then still in response to Flare, I will tap Francisco to bounce Protein Hulk to your hand. It's non-permanent. It's non-permanent, exactly. It's not non-creature permanent.
Yes, I have no response to that. That means Necromancy goes to my graveyard. Grand Abolisher goes into the bin because he got counterspelled. So still on my turn, I have a green floating. I'm gonna use this treasure plus a green floating to cast a Demonic Tutor. I will tutor up this card. Pass turn.
I will untap, not draw a card, play a Mana Confluence as a land drop. And then I want to pay 5 life into my Necrodominance and go to my end step and draw those 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deck! Rhetoric's son is watching this, so I have to mind my words very carefully. I am pitching this Dark Ritual Command Tower, and that's it. Pass turn.
Draw for turn. We're pretty sad because we didn't get to do what I really wanted. I realized after my turn that I could just bounce my Necro from one's board and get it on my play with the Malifaux color in play. Sadly, William had to force my hand. I wasn't really comfortable dying, so now we're here. Carpet Trigger will target Mons. He has 1 island, so I make 1 black mana. Tap my Francisco to cast a Wishclaw Talisman. Trigger Valley Flood Color.
I have no response to Wishclaw Talisman.
Flood Color will untap my Francisco, so I will activate my Wishclaw and see what I can do.
Response to the activation. I would like to lose a treasure and cast a Silence in response.
Silence resolves, and I will start to tutor. So we take this card, giving the Wishclaw Talisman to Mons, and then we are passing the turn.
Untap. Draw. Imperial Seal. I will find this card and I will put it on the top of my library, and then I will go straight to combat. I am going to attack Mons with a Delny and a Tymna.
No blocks, I take 4.
I will trigger Tymna twice and draw 2 cards. Land for turn is going to be an Exotic Orchard. Tap the Scrubland plus my Mana Vault to cast a Voice of Victory, triggering my Lotho, having 2 colorless mana floating.
In response to Voice of Victory, tap Francisco for blue and cast a Banishing Act targeting my Valley Flood Caller. Trigger Flood Caller.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Okay, untapping my Francisco and itself. Then, still in response to Voice of Victory, I'll tap Flood Caller to bounce the Necrodominance.
Necrodominance goes back to your hand.
Yeah.
That is true.
And then, in response to Voice of Victory still, I will cast the Necrodominance. Trigger Flood Caller.
Yes, that's gonna be all good. Actually, I have a Lothar trigger, 2 of them from you there.
My things gets untapped, Necrodominance comes into play, and then I pass on Voice of Victory, which luckily, unlike Round of Abolisher, does not stop my creatures from activating. But you might still just win. We'll see what win con you have. I feel like I maximized my win chances by doing this.
So my Voice of Victory resolves. Cast this Visceracer. Tap this Cradle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So 2 colorless and 6 mana. We are going to cast a Protean Hulk.
Pontus, the interaction spell I have is a Fluster Storm, and he always had mana to pay for that when he casted the Imperial Seal. Don't think Fluster Storm does anything, so you can Banishing Knack the Visceracer if you want to, but I don't think that helps. He has treasures.
Yeah, I see no reason bouncing the Visceracer here. He has too much mana for that to matter.
So Protean Hulk resolves. I'm going to sacrifice my Hulk and tutor up cards. This is my first Hulk pile, Karmic Guide and Sylvan Safekeeper. Karmic Guide is a 2/2 creature, so that only makes it trigger twice. And now I'm going to target, with the first trigger, I'm going to target Protean Hulk, and then with the second one, resolving first, I'm going to target the Grand Abolisher.
So since you're trying to stop my things from working, I will do what I can with what I've got. Tap the Valley Flood Caller to bounce your Karmic Guide. I don't think it matters, but maybe it does.
I will respond to your activation by sacrificing Karmic Guide to Visceracer. Sacrifice the Protean Hulk again to tutor again. The second Hulk is going to find Activated Sleeper and Orcish Bowmaster. And then the Activated Sleeper, it's going to enter as a Karmic Guide. Reanimate the Protean Hulk and sacrifice it once again. My third Protean Hulk is going to find the card Felidar Guardian, which is going to flicker the Activated Sleeper, and the Activated Sleeper is going to re-enter as a Karmic Guide, and then it's going to return the Protean Hulk once again. I'm just going to sacrifice the Hulk again. Tutor up Luminous Broodmoth into play. With the Luminous Broodmoth, I'm able to sacrifice the Felidar Guardian, and the Felidar Guardian is going to return with a flying counter because of the Luminous Broodmoth. The Felidar Guardian ETB is going to target the Activator Sleeper, which is a Karmic Guide, and I will hold priority on that, and I will sacrifice my Felidar Guardian. And then the flicker on the Activated Sleeper would resolve. It's going to enter as a Karmic Guide, and it's going to return the Felidar Guardian. And this ETB is going to target my Orcish Bowmaster. Then I will present the loop, going through it again. I will sacrifice Felidar Guardian. It's going to return with a flying counter. It's going to target the Karmic Guide, hold priority, sacrifice it again, resolve the flicker, return the Felidar Guardian, and the Felidar Guardian targets the Orcish Bowmaster to flicker it. And then I will continue doing this until I deal very large amount of damage until you...
Thanks for watching, and see you around for next week.